Today in the Woods, I want to talk with you about why I teach. It's going to be an ongoing series on Today in the Woods to honor the teaching profession and the so many teachers that have enriched my life.
Today in the Woods.
And so I want to talk with you today about why I teach. I tell all of my students the first day of every class that each of you is a miracle beyond my comprehension, because I truly believe that to be true. I'm very passionate about the teaching profession because I understand that each one of those students at one time was held up in the air when they were born. And that individual holding them up had all the hope in the world for this new life that had sprung forth into the world. And I understand too that a lot of those students may not have ever had a parent express that to them. And maybe they've been separated or neglected or feel rejected by their parents. But I still know that at some point, each of those students is going to be loved by someone dearly, or they will love someone dearly. And so I recognize that each of us is someone's blessing. Each of us is someone's blessing. We're not just a student. We're not just a teacher, not just a whatever we are. We are these living and breathing hopes that are unfolding outward. And so I tell my students it's a great privilege and a great honor to share just a little bit of time in the great story of your journey as you discover your best self. And I can think of no greater profession in the world than teaching. Just to have the opportunity to maybe in some small way play a role in these individuals' lives that helps them recognize the greatness and wonder within themselves and then share that out with others. Now that is true motivation. Motivation in school isn't about bubbling in A, B, C, or D, or taking a standardized test, or not getting in trouble and written up. If you want to motivate students, simply ask them, who do you want to be? How do you see yourself? What motivates you in life? Remind them of their own greatness that lives within, and then encourage them to shine that outward. I believe when you look for the best in individuals, you see it, and when you look for the worst in individuals, that's what you see. And so I'm always quick to remind my students that each of them is great, and I expect them to showcase that greatness. Not as I define greatness, but it's you define greatness. And so I tell my students, I'm gonna hold you to very high standards because I know what you're capable of. But I tell them, I'm not gonna hold you to standards that I impose upon you. I want you to tell me the standards you have for yourself. Because I don't believe any child or student wants to be a failure. No human being wants to be a failure. Somewhere along the way, something happened that discouraged that individual from recognizing the greatness within him or herself. So for all the problems out there in this world, I don't want to get all doom and gloom and think that the end is near, because I know that for every problem out there, there's already a solution. And the solution is within each student. It's in each person's heart. So the job of teaching is to help pull those answers, pull the solutions we all need so desperately from those wonderful miracles that are before us each day in our classrooms. Don't share information or knowledge as a teacher for them to say, wow, Peter, Mr. Stone, that's really amazing. I tell them I share things with them that I'm so grateful someone shared with me at some point in time, or that I wish someone would have shared with me sooner, to help bring their life more success. Success as they define it. Success that brings more peace, hope, joy, and love, more onwards, outwards, and upwards, to be truly glad great things are ahead. That is why I teach. To really help someone transform their life. I don't transform their life as a teacher. Each individual transforms their lives, or his or her life. But the teacher's role is to be encouraging of that, to encourage that transformation. That's what great teachers did for me. And so part of this Why I Teach series, I'm going to be celebrating and honoring the teachers who have enriched my life, who helped me not just become the teacher I am, but helped me become the person I am. Comment below teachers who inspired you. Tag them in the post, because they just need to be more celebrated. And let's honor the teachers that truly make a difference in the world by simply reminding each of us that we all have wonderful answers and solutions and great things to share with the world. Thanks so much for watching. Be truly glad there's wonderful joy ahead if you just take long enough to think about it. Today in the Woods.
Today in the Woods.